Good day everyone, welcome to this video lesson, and today we are going to discuss about the interval notation. So what is interval notation? An interval notation is a way of writing subsets of the real number line. Okay? That is a way of writing subsets of the real number line. So in interval notation, we just write the beginning and ending numbers of the interval. Okay? So meaning, doon sa subset ng real numbers, ang kinukuha lang natin yung boundaries. The left and the right boundaries of that subset of real numbers. Okay? And we use bracket when we want to include the end value. Kung gusto natin isama yung dalawang boundaries, then gagamit tayo ng bracket. Then, if we don't want to include the two boundaries or endpoint, then we use the parentheses. Before we proceed to our discussion on interval notation, we have to remember that the symbol is less than or is greater than indicate that the endpoints of an interval are not part of the solution. So the interval is said to be open. And our inequality is said to be strict inequality. Tawag doon is strict inequality if we have that symbol. Example, if you have x greater than 2 or x is less than 2, so these are examples of strict inequality. Strict ang tawag dito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung 2 is not included. So, if we write this in interval notation, ang interval na ito ay tinatawag na open interval. Pag sinulat natin sa interval notation. Okay? So, another is the symbol is less than or equal to or is greater than or equal to indicate that the endpoints of the interval are part of the solution. The interval is said to be closed. So our inequality is said to be non-strict inequality. Non-strict inequality. Example, if you have x less than or equal to 2 or x is greater than or equal to 2. So ito ay non-strict inequality. So sa madaling salita, pag may bar sa baba, tulad dito, x less than or equal to 2, x is greater than or equal to 2, non-strict inequality. Pag walang bar sa baba, tawag doon ay strict inequality. Then yun ay tatawag doon natin ay open interval, and this one is closed interval. Okay? Okay, so this time we'll make an illustration of interval notation, meaning we are going to study how to write subset of real numbers using interval notation. For example, we have x is greater than 5, meaning we are referring to a subset of real numbers which is greater than 5. So if we'll draw a number line graph, so if this is your number line, so meaning each point along the line represent numbers, certain numbers. So we have to locate 5. So let's say that this is the 5. Then we write open circle, that 5, implying that 5 is not included. So we have x greater than 5. So this is a strict inequality. So then we'll draw, we'll shade the portion from 5, not including 5 going to the right. Okay, so implies that these are the set of numbers described by the inequality x is greater than 5, yung set of numbers, real numbers. Okay, so if we wanted to write x is greater than 5 in interval notation, we have now parentheses. You have the parentheses 5 is 5. We use parentheses because 5 is not included, comma, to positive infinity. Okay? Yung infinity is not a number, that's a description of number going to the right, because we don't know the greatest number. So we just describe that as positive infinity. So that is how we write x is greater than 5 in interval notation. Okay? So for example, we have x is less than 5 naman. If we have this, if we wanted to graph, so you have number line, locate the 5. So 5, then you have the open circle, and the graph should be going to the left naman. So that is the illustration of numbers or subset of real numbers which is less than 5. Less than 5. So if we write that in interval notation, so we have parenthesis, negative infinity. And negative infinity, as you're going to the left side, we are referring to negative numbers, and we do not know the exact boundary on the left side. So we describe that boundary as negative infinity, comma, positive 5. Okay, positive 5. So this is now how we write x less than 5 in interval notation. Remember that if it is infinity, we always use parenthesis. If it is infinity, we always use parenthesis. So, pag positive, dapat nasa right side siya nakalagay. So, hindi pwede itong pagbaliktarin. Infinity, positive, then comma, positive 5. So, that's correct. Positive infinity should be placed at the right side. Negative infinity should be placed at the left side. Hindi pwede magka-interchange yan. Okay? If we have x is greater than or equal to 5, so this is a non-strict inequality. So if we draw a line of this inequality or subset of real numbers, so you have the number line, then we look at 5, so that's 5. Then we have a closed circle. So this time, we have a closed circle, meaning na shade na natin yan. So, walang butas dyan. Closed circle. Then, greater than, ang ibig sabihin pala nito ay, yung 5 ay kasali, included in the given subset. Okay? Then, we'll draw a graph going to the right. Okay? So, titingnan natin, as we look at the graph, you have the closed circle, then we graph going to the right. Meaning, all numbers from 5 to the right are subset of that real numbers na sinasabi natin. Kasama yung tinutukoy ng x na ito. Greater than or equal to positive 5. So, if we are going to write this in interval notation, so we have bracket. So, we use bracket because 5 is included, comma, to positive infinity. So, infinity, kahit may variance sa baba, ito, kahit non-strict inequality, gagamit tayo ng parenthesis pa rin. Pag infinity ang pinag-uusapan. Pero pag number, tapos may non-strict inequality, then we use bracket. Implies that 5, this boundary, this end number, is part of the solution, part of the subset. Okay? So, that is how we write this inequality, x greater than or equal to 5 in interval notation. So, how about if you have x is less than or equal to 5? So, if we draw the graph of x is less than or equal to 5, so we have the number line, locate 5, so that is closed circle, then going to the left. So, lahat ibig sabihin from positive 5 to the left. So, pag sinulat natin sa interval notation, that is negative infinity, so parenthesis, negative infinity, comma, positive 5. Then we have the bracket, kasi that is non-strict inequality. Okay, so we put it there. Bracket. Okay. Okay, so if we have x is greater than negative 2 but less than 5, this is an inequality. Binabasa natin ito Umpisa tayo sa gitna, x. Umpisa tayo doon sa gitna. Pag binasa x is greater than negative 2 but less than 5. Or x is between negative 2 and 5. Okay? So if we are going to draw the graph of this inequality or subset of real numbers, so we have the number line. We'll look at first negative 2. Let us say this is negative 2. Then 5, we'll look at 5 in the number line. So let's say this is 5. So in the negative 2, we put open circle because negative 2 is not included. We also put negative open circle on 5 because 5 is not included also. So then we connect, and that is the graph. Meaning all numbers between negative 2 and 5 is the value of x. So yun yung value ni x na nasa pagitan lang na negative 2 and 5. Kasi negative 2 and 5 are not included as the value of x. So if we write this one in interval notation, so open circle siya, kaya we have parenthesis. So parenthesis negative 2, comma, 5, then parenthesis also. Because negative 2 and 5 are not included. So that is how we write this inequality in interval notation. Okay? So pag open circle, you have parenthesis. Okay? So another, if we have negative 2 or x is greater than or equal to negative 2 but less than or equal to 5. So meaning non-strict inequality. So meaning from negative 2 to positive 5. So from, meaning negative 2 is included and 5 also is included. So if we are going to draw the graph of this inequality or the subset of real numbers, so we draw number line. So locate negative 2. So yan ang negative 2. Kung si negative 5 ay positive 5 naman yan. So magiging close circle doon sa negative 2 because negative 2 is included. Magiging close doon sa positive 5 because 5 is included. Then we draw a graph. So that's the graph of x is greater than or equal to negative 2 but less than or equal to 5. Or x is from negative 2 to positive 5. So that's the graph. So if you are going to write that in interval notation, so we will come up with this. Open bracket, you have the bracket, negative 2, comma, 5, then close bracket. We use the bracket because the two boundaries are included. Okay? So let us have another illustration. If we have an inequality of x is greater than negative 2 but less than or equal to 5. So if we draw a number line graph, let us locate first negative 2. So let's say that's negative 2 and 5. So based on the inequality, yung negative 2, ito yung x is greater than negative 2. So, walang bar sa baba. So, ibig sabihin that is strict inequality. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon dito ng open circle. Open circle. Ito naman is non-strict inequality. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay closed circle. Tapos, i-connect natin yung points na yun. So, yun ang magiging graph ng given inequality. So, open circle sa negative 2, closed circle sa 5. So, that's the graph. So, lahat ng numbers na nasa pagitan negative 2 at 5 kasama yung 5, yun yung dinidescribe no value ng x. So if we write that in interval notation, dito sa open circle, we use the parenthesis. Tapos, negative 2, comma. Dito naman sa 5, we use bracket. Close circle means 5 is included. So if we write this one in interval notation, so we have negative 2, positive 5, open parenthesis, negative 2, comma, 5, close parenthesis. So that's the interval notation. Okay? So, kung mayroon naman tayong x is greater than or equal to negative 2, but less than 5, so if we graph that, so locate negative 2, so 5, sabihin natin yan, So, close circle sa negative 2, open circle naman sa 5. Then that's the graph. So, from negative 2 up to 5, but 5 is not included. Not included. So, if you write that in interval notation, so we have open bracket, kasi close circle ito. Open bracket. So, kailan ang bracket daw ito? Pag close circle o may bar yung inequality sa baba. So, open bracket, negative 2, comma, positive 5. Then parenthesis because 5 is not included. Okay? Okay, so another, if we have x is less than negative 2 or x is greater than 5. So if we make a graphical representation of this inequality or subset of real numbers, so we draw a number line, locate negative 2, sabihin natin yan, negative 2, so locate positive 5. So if we have x is less than negative 2, less than meaning that is strict inequality, so we have open circle, then the graph is going to the left kasi less than negative 2. So yun ang graph niya. Then, or x is greater than 5, so open circle on 5, then papunta naman right side, going right side. So that's the graph of this given inequality, x less than negative 2 or x greater than 5. If we write that in interval notation, we have open parenthesis describing this endpoint on sa left side, negative infinity, comma, negative 2, close parenthesis. Parenthesis because negative 2 is not included. Then we have here union. So this is an annotation for the union, meaning we are combining the 2. Left side of negative 2 and right side of positive 5. Union, parenthesis 5, because 5 is not included, to positive infinity. So that is how we write this inequality using interval notations. Okay? So, how about if you have x is less than or equal to negative 2 or x is greater than or equal to 5? So if you graph that, you locate negative 2, locate positive 5, then from x less than or equal to negative 2, so close circle yan because negative 2 is included, then going to the left side. The second, x is greater than or equal to 5, open circle, then going to the right side. Okay, so if we are going to write this in interval notation, so we have parenthesis, negative infinity, because if it is infinity, we always use parenthesis kahit may variance sa baba. For infinity, we use always parenthesis, comma, negative 2, close bracket, because negative 2 is included, union, open bracket, 5, because 5 is included, close circle siya, to positive infinity. Okay? So that is how we write x less than or equal to negative 2 or x is greater than or equal to 5 in interval notation. So this is the interval notation. Okay. So this time, you have to try to answer this one. Write the following inequalities in interval notations. You may write your answer in the comment section. So x greater than 9, x less than or equal to 10, x is greater than 2 but less than or equal to 7, x is greater than or equal to negative 5 but less than or equal to 9, meaning from negative 5 to positive 9. Then x is greater than or equal to negative 6. Okay? Just try to answer, then write your answer in the comment section. Okay? Thank you for watching this video lesson and I hope you learned something. Okay, goodbye and God bless you all.